Hi everyone and welcome to a new quick look playthrough thingamabob on Higher Plane Games. My name's Simon. Today we're looking at Sentinel 3 Homeworld. It's a mobile / iPad or tablet game that's been ported to PC. You can really tell that it is originally for touchscreen by the way how the interface works. It's a tower defense. They are currently looking to greenlight Sentinel 4 on there. For a Steam edition. I'll be interested to see how that goes. There's 20 levels in this. I've only done the first 2 and I thought, oh well, I'll come back for that. And this is how you can tell that it is possibly, doesn't matter how good a game is, but if you're porting from one device to another and you don't even bother to try and change some of the controls, it's a real shame, because I'm having to use the mouse to essentially click and scroll things across like that. And when I'm buying something that specifically says it's like a Steam edition of something, I don't expect that. I expect to have, I don't know, the menus to have a control system that is intuitive for a PC user, not for me wanting to hand-pissed my hand on a screen and be like, why are you not doing things? So let's start off. I'm going to actually, let's go to the armory and let's do that. So initially you only start off with a laser for level number 1, so I'm going to be cheating a little bit by having a bomb there, but you can see the damage that each thing causes and then the upgrades that you get per thing, and then for missiles that's actually the little mech warrior that you control that's on the screen as it is. We'll go for medium and we'll go back to the beginning just so that you can see what's going on with the game. So welcome to the Alien Homeland, Commander. Thank you. This outpost must be defended so that military operations can begin. So you build defense by dragging the icon. See, again, it's touchscreen based. So it's actually stopped me from doing any of that. So I drag the icon. You can see by the sphere of influence where that's going to do things. Down comes that. And then that is a mech that you control. So again, your mech has a sphere of influence and it will sit there, and essentially you need to defend this barrier here where my mouse is, where your mech is just ahead. So along comes your first wave of stuff. And there we go. So you get an interest bonus, a factory bonus, a barrier bonus, and a base bonus depending on what you're doing. So the base is not attacked at all, but the barrier is very much where you're going to spend a lot of your time defending. Initially at the beginning couple of levels anyway, it implies that there's going to be multiple routes and multiple barriers that you're going to need to defend, which is quite interesting. So I'm going to double up the damage on that because we are now getting a level 3 mutant coming through. And hopefully this will let me drag one down here. Hey. Back down to mutant level 2 again. Still perfect all the way through. You can see I've got 10 waves that I've got going on ahead. The missiles, actually it's quite good that it's disabled the missiles and the bombs from this level. So it doesn't mean that you can come in overpowered, or stupidly overpowered as it were, this specific level, which is good. So you do have a fast forward button up here to make things go a wee bit faster if you want them to. Which is nice. Just got an achievement for Alien Killer, which I believe is killing 1,000 things. So, extreme dub and bass, or drum and bass, sorry, music going on. Feel the wob wob. Let's upgrade that. That's what a missile does, by the way. Feels a bit overpowered for where I am on this level, but never mind, we got a perfect victory anyway. Let's move on to level 2. It gives me achievement progresses on various things there, to 10,000, 100,000 and a million aliens killed. This is the skill tree for your commander itself, so you can go back to earlier levels and regain points towards leveling up your your mech, which is great, and you gain more credits, which allows you to buy more upgrades. There's only 20 of them, but it's a nice touch. So number 2 brings us to arachnids. So this time we have 2 barriers. So the plan of flight will see them go round and down and round and round. So if you've done an absolutely awful job, which I'm not saying I have, now you can see they've just got, and they've slightly damaged that barrier by the looks of things, which is rather annoying because that means that you don't get a full barrier health bonus there. There we go, got them all in time. Oh no, I've still got a perfect barrier. Whew. So you've always got this risk reward with the money that you've got down in the bottom left hand side, because you do gain interest for the more that you kind of leave behind, but you're always judging the can I do that. And it just doesn't feel safe to do so sometimes. Ah, got them. Oh, just. Mutant level 3. Are they going to... They are going to cause me some issues, I think. Maybe not. Great. So, and then you get these like mutant level 1s. We're on 25 waves, and you can see like I've now got the CAC henchmen, so I don't really need to do very much for this. So this is going to be more about just building up the money that I need, which is nice. And now allows me to get a bomb in there, which will be quite handy for the arachnids. You can see, look at the devastation that the bombs give, because it's so much more clustered. Good for me. Now it's arachnid level 1, so again I shouldn't really need to do very much with this one particularly. The arachnids are so fast! Drop a bomber in. Oh. Arachnid level 2! How much they cost? Ooh, another 50 quid damage to get them up. Admittedly from 16 to 45. Right, it's fairly chunky on the old damage front. So, it doesn't do anything particularly new with the tower defense genre at all. It does seem to be very competent in what it does. The graphics are functional, they're not fantastic, but they certainly do the job. I don't feel like... Ah, great, let's go for it. Oh yes, look at the destruction! Simples. But it just does what it says on the tin, and I'll be interested to see in the later levels how this develops. Let's fast forward this a wee bit. Ooh, they were getting closer that time. Ah, no, not the barrier. There we go. So I've lost my barrier bonus now. No perfect. I should have clicked on the missiles, but didn't really think about it. Clicked on them now, it's too late. That's the first 2 levels there. Let's see what extra stuff I get. Oh, level up. So leveling up, what that does, let me dive into, let's go to Armory. So credits allow you to buy additional weapons that you can have for the ground units itself, or the Sentinel that you actually control, the little mech warrior, you can buy extra slots for that too. That's how the credits work. The commander itself, whenever you're going up and down on the, well, you won't go down at all, you just go up on the experience points. It changes how much health and strength, shot damage and morale you have. So I've got 10 points that I can distribute out. So my abilities so far, I've enabled the jet jump. You can buy other abilities as I go. So the next one will be repair. So repairing damaged barriers that are nearby is quite handy for your bonus and so on. So this time we're looking at split defense. So So that implies to me that we've got things coming from different areas. So the weapon buttons on the right hand side of the screen of the control panel, okay, will fire weapons from orbit. This requires energy which charges over time. Okay. So I'm not actually sure. This is an energy barrier. It generates energy. It's been okay. It feels like there should be more on the other side. So again, 30 waves this time round. Now, you can flick your Sentinel back and forth, as you can see there. That's just cost me. That cost me doing that, but you know what you saw what I meant. So again, that barrier is now looking a little bit second hand. So it's good little management of trying to chuck your mech around and see exactly where things go wrong. It's just a very competent tower defense game. Does what it says on the tin. There. So I guess for me, you can make quite a good saving by not having to jump around so much. But clearly that did not work so well that time. That is really not working well on that side at all. So yeah, my barrier's taking quite a beating. Nothing's getting to that corner. Here's now. Well, we got home. So that's the first 3 missions there in Sentinel 3, Homeworld. At the end of each mission, there are 20 of them. You seem to be unlocking new stuff. You get an endless map, which you can then try and survive on if you can. Perfectly fine. I'd recommend grabbing this probably on its original platform that it was intended for. The controls don't work particularly perfectly on a PC. It's competent, it's just you can really feel that it's just touchscreen focused, so it's a lazy port, but the game itself is quite solid. So that's Sentinel 3. My name's Simon, thanks for watching. I may do some more stuff later on down the line, but until then you guys take care, and have a look at Sentinel 3 if it floats your boat. Bye for now.